Our top story today: in the wake of the deadly terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, which claimed 26 lives, India has taken several strong measures, including withholding access to the official X account of the government of Pakistan. This follows the announcement of retaliatory actions such as the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty and the expulsion of senior Pakistani diplomatic staff. This diplomatic fallout follows the Pahalgam attack and a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who condemned the attack and vowed swift retaliation. On Wednesday, India summoned Pakistan's charge d'affaires in New Delhi, declaring Pakistan's military diplomats persona non grata. India also announced it would suspend the Indus Water Treaty, which governs the sharing of the Indus River's waters. Furthermore, Pakistan nationals will no longer be allowed to travel to India under the SAARC visa exemption scheme. Let's take a listen to what the Foreign Minister of India had to say.
The CCS reviewed the overall security situation and directed all forces to maintain high vigil. It resolved that the perpetrators of this attack will be brought to justice and their sponsors held to account. India will be unrelenting in the pursuit of those who have committed acts of terror or conspired to make them possible. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, the United States has issued a travel advisory for Jammu and Kashmir. Operations are ongoing and Indian Railway is assisting in evacuating stranded tourists from Katra and Udhampur. Funeral processes continue as the nation mourns the loss of the lives of innocent civilians. We are joined by our reporter and correspondent Brian Thomas for NewsX World, live from Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. Brian, what updates can you bring us on this developing situation?
You know, there was, in response to the Pahalgam massacre that happened on April 22nd, the Cabinet Committee, adopted 5 major measures. That was obviously the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty, the closure of the Attari-Wagah border, the expulsion and downgrading of diplomatic missions, and even cancelling the SAARC visa exemptions also, and withdrawal from regional engagement itself. Very importantly, clearly, yes, the US also issued an advisory also. The US State Department said that there should be a do not travel advisory for the region, and the advisory cites persistent threats of the civil unrest, and advisory also warns of sporadic violence along the LOC, separating both India and Pakistan. And even the US State Department categorized India at level 2, advising travelers to exercise caution due to the crime and tension, and designated level 4, do not travel due to the heightened security concerns. Very importantly, yes, the place we are at becomes very important. We are at this very place which is called the Pahalgam, where yesterday there was a gun battle that erupted between security forces and terrorists in Jammu Kashmir. And that happened hours after the Indian Army thwarted an infiltration attempt along the LOC itself. And very importantly, where we are, there was earlier in the day also, there was these attacks, these gunfights that had happened also. There was a team that was closed in on a suspected hideout. Officials also reached out and started a security forces launched as the coordinate search operation in the Tangmang area of the Pahalgam, Pahalgam district where we are right now. These are, I'll just try to attempt to show you. This is the place where we are. This is the area, Tangmang area of Pahalgam, where the gunfiring between the terror group and the security agencies that happened yesterday, and now the agencies, the security forces, the GNK police, the Indian Army, the paramilitary troops, they have all been vigil. They've all started coordinate search operations. They are going to the forest area and the mountains to have an understanding and to see and assess. And there's a search operation also going on at this very place where we are right now. Yes.
Brian Thomas, thank you very much for joining us, and we will bring you all updates in this developing story.